In this lesson, we're going to look at basic editing in Audacity and how we can chop up a file to remove some unwanted audio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a file. The last time I showed you how to do it with file open, but I'm going to show you a slightly different way. These lessons are all in Windows, but it's all the same for Mac as well, or Linux. If you're using Linux, it might be ever so slightly different. So in the clips that are available on the course website, there's a file called main.wav. So I could have done file open, but instead I'm just going to drag it in. So you can just drag it in. And as you can see there now, it's just importing it. This is a big file. It's about 40 minutes worth of audio, I think, something like that. We'll see now. Yeah, just under 45 minutes of audio. This is from a recent enough episode of The Machine in which I'm speaking with Dr. Indrakshi Day about artificial intelligence and things like that. So,
hi everybody, I'm Indrakshi Day. I head a research division called...
So there's actually some interesting keyboard controls that I suppose I should point out. You'll see these in the, if you look transport play, the space bar will do play and stop. The P button will press pause. So if I press space, I'm pressing space now. I know you can't see it.
Hi everybody, I'm Indrakshi Day.
Now I'm pressing P, which has paused it. If I press P again.
I head a research division called Programmable Autonomous Systems at the Walton Institute for Information
P now pauses it again. P will also resume it.
And Communication System Sciences.
But if I press space again, it stops it. So they're just handy little controls. I can also drag. I don't always have to play from the start. I can just drag. Like if I want to go from 15 minutes, I just put my cursor here, the 15 minutes mark.
Suit the application or the verticals that we are serving. While an apply.
And now that is playing from there. So this is a whole podcast. And what I'm going to do and what we're going to do over these series of lessons is I'm going to make a very short podcast from this very, very long podcast. It's not going to make much sense, but it's just an editing exercise. So I'm interested in the bits that Indrakshi says at the start. So let's just say I'm just going to grab some of this audio here. Now, the selection tool, see this one here, that is actually what's selected by default. So if that's selected and I just drag across, that has now selected all of that audio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go edit, copy, just like you would copy and paste some text from Word. You can also use the keyboard controls like Control C and all of those ones that you might use elsewhere. And then I'm going to go File, New. I'm going to create a new file. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that audio in it. So I've done Control V there, but you could also do Edit, Paste. And then what I'm going to do is paste selected audio only. And look, now I have a nice...
Hi everybody, I'm Indrakshi Day.
Now, it looks like there's only 15 seconds, but there's actually a lot more because we're not zoomed in. Or we are zoomed in. So if I use the zoom out button, now you can see I have about 3.5 minutes of audio selected. So let's just have a listen.
Hi everybody, I'm Indrakshi Day. I head a research division called Programmable Autonomous Systems at the Walton Institute for Information and Communication System Sciences at Southeast Technological University, Waterford.
Okay, so so that's as much as I want. I want it basically up as far as Indrakshi here, and the rest of this I don't want. Now, what if I wanted to delete that? Well, what I could just do is I could just select it, and then if I press the delete button, it's gone. Okay, and also what I can do, just like I can with if this was text, I can undo it by pressing Control Z or Edit, Undo, Delete, and it's back. What I could do is, let's say I wanted to get rid of all this section up as far as there. Let's just say that's the audio I want to get rid of. So I could just select that and I could go Edit, Delete, and look, it snapped that back. So it's got rid of it and it's also pulled the audio back, just like removing the middle section of a page in Word. So I'm just going to put this back to the start and we'll have a listen to what it sounds like.
Hi everybody, I'm Indrakshi Dey. I head a research division called Programmable Autonomous Systems at the Walton Institute for Information and Communication System Sciences at Southeast Technological University, Waterford. That's what autonomous is about, and then programmable.
So that's not a particularly good edit. What's this like? I'm going to say things just because it covers a lot of... it's a fairly all-encompassing word. Things that can do stuff. So look, that's all nonsense. Let's say I don't want any of this. It's just guff. Again, I can just select it and I can delete it. And now what I have, I can zoom in if I want, because I think there's a breath at the end of this.
Head a research division called Programmable Autonomous Systems at the Walton Institute for Information and Communication System Sciences at Southeast Technological University, Waterford.
So there's the start of an intake of breath there. So I can zoom in. And I can get really nice and close on this. So she finishes speaking here.
University, Waterford.
And that's where the breath is. So I'll just select that and delete it. And now I have a nice piece of audio that I can do something with. So I had 40 minutes of audio. I selected a bit that I wanted to work with, and then I chopped that down to 15 seconds. I'm not saying that this is what you have to do with every podcast or anything like that. I'm just saying that if you have a big chunk of audio, you can manipulate it as much or as little as you want. Obviously, it depends on the level of granularity that you want to go into. If you wanted to remove an individual word.
Hi everybody, I'm Indrakshi Dey. I head a research division called...
So I mean, if I just wanted to remove this word, say for example, I could, and it won't make sense now.
I'm Indrakshi Dey, a research division called...
So that makes no sense now. So I'm going to undo that by pressing Control Z, or equally you could do Edit, Undo, Delete if you wished, but I've just done that. So so that's kind of basic single track editing in Audacity.